So starting in Exodus chapter 17, starting in verse 1, it says, the whole Israelite community set out from the desert of Sin. That's kind of interesting. Traveling from place to place as the Lord commanded. They camped at Rephidim, but there was no water for the people to drink. So they quarreled with Moses and said, give us water to drink. Moses replied, why do you quarrel with me? Why do you put the Lord to the test? What he's saying is you're putting the Lord to the test in saying, I want to go my own way. I think I know better what I need, better than God does. But the people were thirsty for water there, and they grumbled against Moses. They said, why did you bring us up out of Egypt to make us and our children and livestock die of thirst? They want to go back to their captor and live under slavery again, just so they can have a drink here in this moment. Then Moses cried out to the Lord, what am I to do with these people? They are almost ready to stone me. And the Lord answered Moses and said, go out in front of the people. Take with you some of the elders of Israel and take in your hand the staff with which you struck the Nile and go. I will stand there before you by the rock at Horeb. Strike the rock and water will come out of it for the people to drink. All right, on its face, this is a really fun story for Sunday school. It makes sense. You're like, all right, that's cool. And you see Moses and he takes the staff and he strikes the rock and water comes out and it meets the physical need of the people for that day. But in the theoria of this, we know that the staff represents the cross. And we know that the Bible says over and over that Jesus Christ is the rock. And so when we read this story, we should see and understand that as the cross struck Jesus, it allowed for living water to spring forth. It allowed for Jesus to be there at the well telling that woman, if you knew who you were talking to, you would be asking for living water. As the cross struck Jesus, it struck him in our place, and the result of that was that living water came forth from him. To the unbeliever, Jesus may look moistureless and rock hard and unaccepting, uninviting. He may look like a set of rules or a law. He may look completely unattainable. But through the cross, through the rod of faith, through the acceptance of the cross, Jesus becomes the living water that we need so desperately.